How's it going? My name is Deanna with Emotionally Available and this is Open Flow. We are also adding some yin at the end of this class. I'm so excited. All right, I'll give you a moment to get settled. Grab a mat, and I'd love you to grab some props, whether that's pillows or blocks, because we're going to elevate the feet in certain parts of our body to use in our yin class. So go ahead and get yourself settled. Once again, any props you need, whether you have a mat, or you're practicing on the floor, whether you're going to use your blocks, maybe just grab some firm pillows. Alrighty, so happy you're here. So I wanted to just let you guys know that there's going to be some new classes coming to Emotionally Available in May, and it's going to include some meditation. And I think ballet conditioning is going to come back. So that conditioning class is a mat and bar fitness class, and it uses a lot of the best from yoga, ballet, and general core work to get really strong head to toe. I love teaching that class. So if you are liking these exciting things that we do at the end of class, like yin or stretch, tell me, because they might become a class in the future. So today is yin. I love teaching yin, but you got to tell me if you want it, and then we can add it. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, if you want more information, do make sure that you give me your email address. You can just drop it in a DM and I'll keep it secure and add it to the list, or you can always head to emotionallyavailable.com and there's a form on that site. Big things are happening, and I know that we're all so excited that it's getting warmer out, more people are getting vaccinated. It's so amazing. And if you're like me, I'm just ready to move. Like, I'm ready to shake off the dust that's been collecting for the last year or so during this pandemic, and it's been important to rest, to recharge for society, stay indoors, and for ourselves to be really gentle with ourselves. And we can continue to be gentle with ourselves, but I'm excited to do it in a little more active way, some good, healthy movement. So hopefully you come along with me on that journey. It's going to be awesome. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started in child's pose today. So your knees can be far apart or close together, whatever you prefer. Go ahead and get yourself settled in that. Take a moment to just notice where you like your arms outstretched, back by your feet, whatever you need. And just start to soften downward. Try to let the weight of your day, to-do list, schedule, just melt off your shoulders. Letting any of those obligations just settle outside your mat. Feeling welcome to return to them refreshed later. But for now, just focusing on ourselves. We're going to start with a square breath. It involves an inhale, a pause, an exhale, and a pause. So we're going to go ahead and sigh out the breath. Begin to inhale for 3, 2, 1. Pause, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 3, 2, 1. Continue at your own pace, focusing on that slow, gentle breath. And come to an intention for today's practice, one that serves you just as you are right now. Not your future self or your past self.
Just the self you are in this moment, here on your mat. Take a moment to invite some rocking into your child's pose. Just noticing any sensations in the hips or low back. We'll slowly start to lift the upper body and walk our hands towards a tabletop. In tabletop, our wrists are under our shoulders, our knees under hips. Spread those fingers wide. Take a moment to gaze between the thumbs to lengthen the back of the neck. Engage the lower belly to lengthen the low back. On your next inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward, tailbone up. Cow. Exhale, pull the belly up into the spine, tuck the head and the pelvis. Cat. Inhale, feel the stretch through the front body and a contraction through the back body. Exhale, feel the opposition. So now we're stretching through the back body, contraction through the front body. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, belly rises. Take about 5 breaths here to move nice and slowly. Excuse me, feeling free to bring that square breath in. Maybe pausing at the top and bottom of our movement. Slowly start to resolve whatever you're working into. We'll work into our very first down dog. Tuck the toes, adjust the hands and hips up. Take a moment to pedal out the feet, swivel the hips, whatever you need. We're still going to firm up the upper body right away. So fingers spread wide, ears between the biceps, shoulders away from the ears. Tailbone stretches up and back. And the heels drive down, but it's okay to bend the knees, and there's no need to force the heels to the floor. Bend the knees, lift the heels. Inhale. Exhale, tippy toe the feet all the way to the hands. Inhale, hinge to stand all the way up. Stretch through shoulders and the fingertips. Exhale, heart center. We're going to take 2 more of those. Inhale, cycle the arms up. Exhale, pull it down through heart center, zipping up the midline, zipping up your focus into this movement. Inhale, cycle the arms. Exhale, heart center. This time we're flowing downward. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Take 2 more with me. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands. First plank of the day. Feel free to leap the knees up or lower them. If they're up, bring the tips of the shoulders over the fingertips. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows into the waist. Inhale, cobra or up dog. If you're taking up dog, thighs don't touch. If you're taking cobra, bring that pelvis down. Exhale, down dog. Take 1 more sun salutation with me. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the heels. Exhale, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, hinge to stand. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, cycle the arms. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, cycle the arms. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, cycle the arms. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands for your version of plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Feel equal weight between your hands. Then go ahead and lift the right foot in your three-legged dog. Flex the ankle and dial the toes down. Just hold. Press the floor away. Now go ahead and open up the hip and bend the knee. So as the right hip opens, keep the shoulders square. Fight the urge to open up the right shoulder. Encourage the gaze at the left toes, or maybe you can peek under your left arm and look at your right toes up and behind you. On an inhale, come back to your three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose so we can step through in runner's lunge. Option to have hands on floor, blocks, or hover. Focus on the long lines from the back heel to the top of the head. All 10 toes face forward. And our feet are hip width apart. Deep breath. Low lunge, drop that left knee, untuck the toes, and start to bring the hands to the knees, hips, heart center, or up. If you'd like a shoulder stretch, release the fingers behind the back. And simply squeeze those fists, roll the shoulders back, and stay as you are. If it feels good to look slightly downward or upward, feel free to adjust your head as needed. Slowly release the hands. And bring them back down to the mat. We're going to come back through your runner's lunge, tuck your back toes for a twist. Left hand down, right hand to the knee, hip, or up. Deep breath here. Gently lower the right arm, preparing for pyramid. Scoot the back foot forward and fold into a staggered stance. All 10 toes face forward and feet are hip width apart. Blocks are a really great option for pyramid because we want a nice, long, flat spine. Also, if I were to place a block on your low back, it would not fall off right to left. And that usually means that we're sitting backwards. So we want to draw our weight forward so our thighs are drawn towards each other. Gently step the left foot forward to meet the right. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, hinge to stand all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, cycle the arms. And exhale, heart center. Inhale, cycle the arms. And exhale, heart center. I think we got to do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Keep equal weight in the hands. Start to lift the left foot up in your three-legged dog. Flex the left ankle. Square off the hips. Very gently, start to open up the hip and then bend the knee. Keep the left shoulder nice and square. I encourage you to gaze at the right toes or under the right arm to the left toes. On an inhale, come back to your three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, runner's lunge. Option to plant the hands or hover them. Feel free to access those blocks. Our feet are hip width apart and all 10 toes face forward. Slowly lower the back knee. Option to bring the hands to the knees, hips, or heart center. Take a moment to just make sure that you feel nice and stable here. It's okay to feel big differences on the right versus the left. From there, interlace the fingers behind the back. If you'd like to take the shoulder stretch, roll the shoulders back. Just pause. Adjust your head for comfort and keep breathing. Then start to release your shoulder stretch. And bring those hands down to the mat. Passing through runner's lunge, tuck your back toes. Prepare for a twist. Left hand moves to the knee, hip, or straight up. Deep breaths here. Release left hand down. Pyramid pose. Go ahead and scoot your back foot in. And start to find a nice flat back. Might feel pretty different on the side. Don't be afraid to use those blocks. And make sure you're not too far back, sitting into this right hip. Bring your body forward in space. Square off those hips. Deep breaths here. On your next inhale, step the right foot forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Take a moment to just hang upside down and ragdoll. Notice how those hips feel. Just soften. We're definitely going to start to bring the big toes to touch. You can come through chair. So big toe joints touch, knees touch, hips down, gaze forward. Hands to be straight out in front, behind us in line with the spine, heart center, whatever feels good. I want you to have a nice long flat spine. Inhale. Exhale. Lots of heat to build here. Breathe through it. Make sure you're squeezing through that midline. Start to shift all of your weight into the right foot and send the left one back through crescent lunge. It's a high lunge. Prepare for warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Feel free to widen your stance and extend the arms. You're in warrior two. Check you can see your right big toe on the inside of your right knee. Your back foot's no more than a right angle. Just pause here, building some heat and strength. Root that tailbone down. Engage the core to support your vertical spine. Cartwheel the arms all the way down to the floor. Runner's lunge. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. Big toes to touch. Chair pose. Scoot those arms forward. Squeeze through your midline. Arms of your choice. 3 breaths here. Start to shift all of your weight into your left foot. Send the right one back to the crescent. Find your balance with a high lunge. And then prepare for warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Feel free to widen your stance. And check that you can see your left big toe on the inside of the left foot. And your right foot's no more than a right angle. Just pause here. Really focusing on a dropped tailbone, a straight long spine. And start to cartwheel the arms all the way down, runner's lunge. Step the right foot forward to meet the left, and take ragdoll again. Just hang it out. We're slowly going to kneel, bringing one shin down and then the other to have a seat. I want you to go ahead and come to any seated position that feels comfortable, whether it's kneeling or cross-legged. And just take 5 long breaths with me to start to lower our heart rate. Just slow down before our yin practice.
Maybe you'd like to access your props, sitting on a pillow or a block. Whatever you need. We're going to take some breaths here. Go ahead and sigh it out. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you breathe, come back into your intention. 5, 4. We're inhaling. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every inhale, imagining creating space in the body and mind. As we inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, settle into that space. Let it out. 3, 2, 1. Continue at your own pace. Long inhale. Creating space in the mind and the body. And when you're ready to exhale, letting the intention just settle down into that space you're creating. One more breath. We'll work through some yin. All right. Make sure you have at least 2 or 3 pillows, like throw pillows from your couch, or you can use blocks. And we're going to go ahead and come into cobbler's pose. So cobbler's pose is just like butterfly pose in other styles. Our soles of our feet are together. But I want you to take a long cobbler's pose. So often we bring our heels way close to our pelvis. I'd like you to go ahead and bring it out a little bit more today. Take your pillows or your blocks. I want you to make a little tower on the inside of your shape. So on the inside of your heels. From there, you're going to just gently stretch those arms down and forward towards your toes. And let your head rest on your tower. Now, it's okay if you want to go ahead and gain more props. Maybe you need more pillows. Maybe you thought of something else in your house that could be a good prop. And I just want you to soften here. We're going to stay in each pose for 10 of my long breaths. I'm not going to cue your breathing, but I want you to take the longest, slowest breaths you've taken in a while. You might find that you settle down into this pose and you want to remove some of the layers of your tower to go a little deeper. That's fine. Just make sure you are doing a yin practice, which is all about slow, mindful movements to settle into our space. I encourage you to close your eyes in these poses. Just let gravity take over. Giving your mind permission to wander into a little shavasana. Even though the body is in other poses. Slowly start to resolve this pose. Eventually working our way upright, making sure we engage the core out of this to support the spine. We're going to go ahead and place our props towards the top of our mat.
elevating the upper back. So you might have to lay down and then readjust yourself, but we'd like our props to be supporting the space on the big flat side of your rib cage. Now, if this feels like too much of a drop for the head, go ahead and place something under the head as well. This is when having a variety of props nearby really helps our practice. Do not hesitate to go find what you need. We will be here waiting for you. We've got lots of long breaths here. We're simply opening up the upper body. You might take the arms out to the side. You can even add cobblers here if you'd like to open the hip. I personally like to do the opposite. Feet wide, knees drawn in together. Long breaths here. Let the mind wander into a shavasana. Just be still. And slowly start to resolve. To get out of this opening in the chest, upper body release, close the arms and the knees. Gently extend one arm and start to drop the knees to one side, using your top hand to gently catch yourself as you roll off nice and safe. We're going to come into one last pose. It's your shavasana. It's our final pose and our final meditation. I encourage you to just take something that feels good. Maybe you'd like to rearrange your props or get rid of them entirely. And here we go. In this final moments of rest, I encourage you to just soften downward. Full permission to enjoy stillness. Great gratitude for our bodies and the way they move. Respect and compassion for ourselves as our body changes. Maybe the mindset changes throughout our continuous journey on and off our mat. Really giving ourselves permission to rest in the knowledge that we're exactly where we need to be right now, right here. I encourage you to stay in your shavasana as long as you can. Maybe staying exactly where you are, even after I click us off live. Feel free to keep those eyes closed. Gently coming back to your intention one more time. Namaste.
Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your Shavasana.